Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If we haven't met before, I'm Jess and I'm here to show you how to make easy, delicious recipes. If we have met before, welcome back. Today we have a good one. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to really easily prep 4 days of breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert or snack, whatever you want it to be. All of these meals are high in fibre and protein, so they're going to make you feel fuller for longer. On the menu this week, for your breakfast this week, we have raspberry white chocolate oat muffins. For your lunch, we have this tuna pasta salad made with a mayo, Greek yogurt, mustard, dill dressing. For your dinner, we have this slow cooked Nando's pulled chicken, which I like to serve with a big old salad and loads of halloumi. And for your snack or dessert, we have a chocolate orange chia seed pudding. The first thing we're gonna get started on are the white chocolate raspberry breakfast oat muffins. Get your oven preheated to 160, grab a big bowl, oats. Oh, too many. I like to use rolled oats rather than jumbo oats. If you want these to taste really like cake, you could actually blend the oats up and turn it into oat flour, but I don't have time for that. We're using vanilla protein. I am using More Nutrition. If you're using a different brand, I would play around with how much milk and yogurt that you use. I'm almost out. We obviously want the muffins to rise. We're gonna do 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. These muffins are gonna be a really good grab and go breakfast, whether it's as a little pre-workout snack before the gym, on your way to work, at your desk. 2 eggs, Greek yogurt. If you'd rather, instead of eggs and yogurt, you could actually use mashed up bananas, but I'm trying to make these a little bit higher in protein. I'm using 0% fat Greek yogurt. Does anybody else have this where you just can't get the lid off your vanilla extract? Every time. We're gonna do a teaspoon of vanilla extract and milk. I'm gonna add the milk slowly until I get the right consistency. I recommend doing the same to ensure that it doesn't go too watery, because you can always add that you can't take away. And the mixture wants to be like a thick batter, I would say. If you're using all the same ingredients as me, you can go with my measurements. But I've added 190 and that is too thick. So we want to add a little bit more milk. It is gonna thicken up as well as it kind of sits and the oats absorb the milk. So if it does go a little bit runnier than you would want it, just let it sit and it should thicken up. I'm gonna add a little bit more milk and the texture is a lot more, that's what you want it to be like. We're gonna let that sit while we cut up some chocolate. For ease, you can totally use chocolate chips. I prefer the unevenness of cutting up a chocolate bar and getting maybe a big chunk of white chocolate rather than it being uniformed. That's good. I think white chocolate might be my favourite. You can also buy white chocolate chunks if you don't want to cut it, but they're so much more expensive. And this way you get control over the irregularity of the size of the chunks, which I think is nice, it's homemade. Okay, so that is our white chocolate, all cut up, and as you can see, the size of the chunks is super irregular. We're gonna pour those into here. Frozen raspberries. These are gonna release moisture into your bake, so keep that in mind when you're adding the milk. And now we mix. I mean, how gorgeous is that looking? So that is our mixture ready to go. I'm using a silicone little cupcake tray. If you have a muffin one, you can do that. It will make less than this, but totally your call. The great thing with silicone molds is that you don't need any oil, and you want to fill them almost to the top. A little bit of a gap. It's like cake. So this will actually make more than 12, and I would keep these in the fridge. You can microwave them before you want to eat them or take them out of the fridge a little bit of time before you want them if you don't want them cold, but the cold will just keep them fresher for longer. And these you can keep for 4 or 5 days in the fridge. How much mixture is going in there, Jess, or how much mixture is going in your mouth? And then we just want to make sure that they're all evenly sized so that they cook evenly. These are gonna go in the oven and we're gonna get started on our snack. Our snack for the week is gonna be something that's high in fibre, high in fat, and also nice and sweet. So it's gonna help us curb our sweet cravings, keep us full, and just generally be delicious. We're gonna make a chocolate orange chia seed pudding. Chia seed pudding is something that's so easy to make. All you need is milk of some kind, chia seeds, and then whatever flavourings you want. You don't actually need the flavourings, you could just do milk and chia seeds, but we're gonna have fun with it. So I've got my milk, chocolate protein. I'm using the More Nutrition chocolate ice cream flavour, which is one of my favourite chocolate flavoured proteins. To that, and to make it a little bit more chocolatey, we're gonna add some cocoa powder, some flaky sea salt, and obviously it's chocolate orange. We're gonna put in some orange extract. If you don't have this, you can use orange zest, a little bit of orange juice, take out a bit of milk, put in a bit of orange juice, fresh orange juice. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon, see how we taste. If we need to add more, we can. We're gonna shake this up. If you have a blender, you could blend it, but if you watch my last video, you'll know my blender is on its last legs. You're gonna add your chia seeds to a bowl. And we're going for 8 tablespoons of chia seeds, which is 2 tablespoons per day. We're making 4 chia seed puddings, which, oh my God, it actually smells like a Terry's chocolate orange. And what we're gonna do is just pour it into the chia seeds. It's so chocolatey, look at that. Yes, immediately yes. Now, the trick with a chia pudding so that it doesn't go all lumpy, you want to mix all your chia seeds in, let it rest for 10 minutes, and then give it another mix. That way, it stops it going lumpy, it stops you having like big groups of chia seeds all together. Now we leave that to the side for 10 minutes. While we're waiting for the chia seeds to be done, I want you to pop some pasta on to boil. Time to give it a stir. Oh my God, it's already so thick, and you can see that's why it's so important to give it its stir and break up all of those clumps. It's already so thick. If you're trying to increase your fibre intake, chia seeds are such an easy way to do it. You can add them into your porridge, you can make chia jam, you can make these chia puddings that you can put on top of yogurt bowls. So this is what the texture is looking like now after just 10 minutes. This is gonna go in the fridge now for at least 4 hours. Then we're gonna divide it into 4 equal portions, add a bit of Greek yogurt, and top with some Terry's chocolate orange. Sounds like a dream. While we wait for the pasta to boil, we're gonna get started on what is our dinner. It's one of my favourite things to prep because it takes no time to do the prep. Just shove it all in your slow cooker, you leave it for 3.5 hours, and then you come back and dinner is done. It's a slow cooker Nando's pulled chicken. It's high in protein, it's high in fibre, it's delicious, and I love a slow cooker dinner. First thing we want to do is get our chicken marinating. I'm going in with 3 chicken breasts, about 650 grams. We're going to do a teaspoon of olive oil. When you slow cook chicken, adding olive oil really stops the meat from kind of drying out. We're going to make life really easy and use one of these Nando's rub packets. All over the chicken. Give it a good stir to combine, and you just want to make sure that the breasts are all covered in that rub. If you can't get the Nando's rub, then you can use any like peri-peri marinade or peri-peri rub that they sell in supermarkets, or make your own. The Nando's one is just easy, and I've always got it in my cupboard. Chicken marinated, we're gonna put that to the side while we prep all of the veg. When it comes to the veg for this, you can really throw in whatever is in your fridge. I like to go with potatoes. These are the miniature new potatoes into the slow cooker. I just checked on the muffins and I think they're done. Those are our muffins. We're gonna do a poke test. Right through the middle. Comes out clean. The trick with these muffins, you've got to let them cool completely before you take them out of the case. I've learnt the hard way. Which means once they're cool, we'll then put the rest of the mixture into the oven. I always make sure though that I put in peppers and a red onion. Pasta's done. This is a piece of advice I was given in one of my very first jobs by one of my very first bosses, and it carries over into so many aspects of life. My old boss would always say, at the beginning of your working day, delegate out the things that need to be done by other people so that they can be working on that while you're working on the things that only you can work on. And I think in cooking, it's the same kind of thing, right? You want to put things on and get things going so that you can get other aspects done. So the pasta, for example, getting it on early to cook means that it's cooling time to start the pasta salad. Doing the muffins, we know we're gonna have to split that into 2 different times in the oven, so getting it in first means they've got time to cool, pop them out, put them back in again. With meal prep, I think it's looking at it as a whole and breaking down each part of the meal prep into a different task and figuring out when that task happens. And a slow cooker is an ultimate example of that. With a slow cooker, you throw everything in and it's doing all the hard work for you while you can go out and about, pick your kids up from school, do your work, like anything, and you can just leave your slow cooker and it will just do it. It's gonna take literally 5 minutes to prep all of this. If you want, you could even use frozen pre-sliced peppers and onion, and that's gonna save you even more time. We're gonna throw peppers into the pan. You're gonna roughly slice a red onion. If you only have white onion, that works. Red onion in. The good thing with onions and peppers is they actually, when cooked, create a lot of water, which helps to create a really nice sauce along with the water that's released from the chicken. We're gonna add 2 bone broth discs. If you don't have bone broth, you can use chicken stock, but don't put a lot of water in. If you can get bone broth, I definitely recommend it. It's super high in protein, full of collagen. I get mine from Marks and Spencer's in the frozen aisle, and that's what it looks like. Is it more expensive than a stock cube? Yes. But does it also have more health benefits, less ultra-processed foods? Yes. These are the goat. And then we add the chicken breasts. We're gonna put the lid on and let it cook for 3.5 hours. While the pasta is finishing to cool, the last thing we wanna do is make a tuna pasta with warm pasta. These are ready to pop out. All you want to do is just take it from the bottom, push it up, and they should pop out nice and easy. And those are our very sweet little oat white chocolate raspberry muffins. If you have toddlers and you don't want to give them protein powder, replace the amount of protein powder with oat flour, extra oats, have a play around, see what works. I mean, how perfect. So sweet. We're gonna put the rest of the mixture into bake now. Should we try one? Cheers. Cake for breakfast. It's got this like gorgeous fluffy cakey texture. You're getting fibre from the oats, protein, fibre from the raspberries. The big chunks of white chocolate as well are perfect. Final prep, lunches. We're gonna do a tuna pasta salad using whole wheat pasta for extra fibre, and whatever veggies you've got in your fridge. Can you see a theme here? We're gonna add some sweet corn. I love sweet corn, so I'm going all in. Maybe not all in. I've got some spring onions that are looking a little bit sad, so we're gonna chuck them in. Tuna, obviously. I use in spring water. 2 tins, this makes 4 portions, so that's half a tin of tuna in each. Iceberg lettuce. I buy it ready cut, but I'm actually gonna shred this a little bit more. We want volume. Veggies give you volume. Then we're gonna create the mayonnaise dressing, which we're using light mayonnaise, Greek yogurt, pepper, lemon juice, and some Dijon mustard. And mix, and a little pinch of fresh dill. She's dreamy. Dressing on. And now we mix. And you want everything to be really well mixed in. The more you mix it, the more that dressing is gonna cover everything. Taste test. Properly. Cheers. It's fresh, it's tangy, it's spicy, it's delicious. I have made such a mess of my kitchen. Realities of meal prepping, we keep it real around here. My kitchen looks just like your kitchen. Before we divvy this up, we're gonna have a bit of a kitchen reset. Be right back. Kitchen is reset-ish. Let's divvy up this. You're gonna need the scales. Set it to 0, big old serving spoon. And don't worry about, oh, there's not the same amount of tuna in each one. There's not the same amount of sweet corn or pasta. How am I gonna know my calories are exactly right? If you're the only person eating this, then it doesn't matter, because over the course of a week, you'll be getting the exact same amount of protein, carbs, fat, fibre, as you would if it was bang on exactly, because it's obviously the same total, if that makes sense. Lids on. So my camera just died, but I've divided up the chia seed pudding and we're just topping it with a little bit of Greek yogurt. Smooth it over the top, and then we're going to top it off with one little segment of Terry's chocolate orange. Chocolate orange chia seed pudding, full of fibre, high in protein. You can have this as a snack, a high fibre dessert, whenever you want it. These are going to go in the fridge. Even comes with little spoons. And now we wait for the slow cooker to work its magic. I'm going to get on with some work, and I'll see you when it's done. Welcome back. It's been about 3 hours since I last saw you, but the magic of editing means it's going to be no time at all. Our slow cooked chicken is done and ready. It's lovely and saucy. What we're going to do now is shred the chicken and its breast. It should fall apart really nice and easily. I don't like to shred my chicken so that it's really tiny, like itty bitty bits. I quite like chunks like this. Then we give everything a nice mixing together. Got all this gorgeous sauce just sat at the bottom of it. It's probably got a little bit too much water in it for my personal liking. So what we're gonna do is put it back in the slow cooker and let it bubble away for 15 minutes and evaporate off some of that water. Lid off. And the sauce is looking like it's reduced, which is what we want, like that. And then what I like to do, because I like it spicy, I like to go in with some NANDOS sauce. This is just the medium one, and mix that through. And this is such an easy all-in-one. I serve mine with a big salad and some halloumi. Don't judge my Tupperware. This Tupperware is so old, but it's just one of those things. If it works, use it. Is it stained from spag bol and chili? Yes. Does it matter? No. Is it aesthetic? No. But we're keeping it real around here. We're going to divide this equally between 4. I'm going to let these cool down fully before we put them in the fridge. I've just finished editing today's video and I realised I didn't film a sign off. YouTube is pretty new to me. Long form is new to me. So remembering all the things I've got to do, taking a bit of time, but we're getting there. And thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, subscribe. As always, let me know in the comments if there's anything that you want to see from me, and I will see you next week.